Hey everyone, here is a short, quick hip mobility exercise routine stretching that you guys can do at home. It'll be about 10 minutes or so, give or take. And it's all gonna be centered around what's called PNF stretching. Don't worry about what it means, but all of them are gonna go along the same concept. Okay, so we're gonna start with this first one here. We're gonna focus on our hips. So being 90-90 through your hips, we're gonna focus on our front legs. What you guys are gonna do here is you're gonna put your hand on the top of this knee. And what I want you to do is think about taking your knee and pushing it up, trying to lift it up, but using your hand to resist it, okay? So first off, slightly lean, hinge forward, put your hand on the top of your knee and try and lift it up about 30 or 50%. It doesn't have to be super hard. Do that for maybe 5 or so seconds. And then you can rest. And then we're gonna do the same thing, but on the bottom of the knee. So you're gonna take your hand and go underneath your knee. And now the goal here is to push your knee down. Your hand is just there to resist it, okay? So now you're gonna push down, try and keep your head up, keep your chest up, stay slightly hinged forward so you're feeling that little stretch in your hip. We'll hold this for 5 seconds or so. All right, rest. We're gonna do that 2 more times, okay? So hand on the top of the knee, slightly hinged over, and try and lift the knee up off the floor, trying to stay hinged over. You're feeling a lot of tension through the top and inside of the hip. And relax, staying in that hinged position, that stretching through your hip. Hand on the bottom, go ahead and press down. Think about using and feeling your glutes and your hamstrings. All right, we're gonna do that one more time. Hand on top, go ahead and lift up. Try and keep your chest up, try and keep your back fairly straight, best that you can. Focusing on your front leg here. Good, last one. Go ahead on the bottom of your knee and press down, try and stay hinged over. Keep your belly button forward, keep your chest up. All right, then without dumping in your lower back, try and keep your chest up, slightly hinge over, feel stretch through the front of your hip, or through your front hip. And we're just gonna hold this for, I don't know, 10 seconds or so. And rest. All right, we're gonna go over to do the other side. All right, so up nice and tall, 90-90 position. Hand is gonna be on top. Think about lifting up and go ahead. Only about 30 to 50%. Keep your chest up, be in that slight hinged over stretched position. All right, relax. Hand goes on the bottom now. Stay tall, stretch, and press down. Your hand is just resisting that urge to move your hip. Good, relax. Slightly hinge over, hand on top, and try and lift. Using your hand just to resist it. And relax. Hand on the bottom again. And go ahead, push down. Trying to press your knee through to the floor. All right, relax. We're gonna do that one more time. Hand on top, hinge over, and lift. While you try and lift your knee, try and hinge over as far as you can. You're trying to use the muscles in your inner thigh and stretch the muscles on your outer thigh, outer hip. And rest. Stay in that same position, hand on the bottom, and go ahead, push down. And relax. All right, hinge over as far as you can without dumping in your lower back. Should feel a really good stretch deep into that front hip. We'll hold this for 10 or so seconds. And rest. All right, number 2 here. Now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna stay in the same position. I should say, we're gonna focus on the back leg. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is I want you to think about lifting your back leg, push your knee down through the floor, lift your leg up. You can always kind of bend over a little bit to the side if that seems really tough. So lift, hold for a few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Set it down. We're gonna do that 4 more times. Lift, lift, lift. As high as you can. Use your glutes. Stay tall. Try not to bend over. Good. Rest. Back into it for number 3. Good. Relax. 2 more. Lift up. And relax. If you're feeling a cramping in your hip, that's normal. Go ahead and lift. 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and set it down. And I want you to try and rotate back, open your chest up. And you should feel a really deep stretch in now your back hip. Okay, focus on pressing the knee down through the floor. Okay, this one will just hold for about 10 seconds. Try and keep your chest up. Try not to arch around your back. Keep your chest as tall as you can. Push that knee down. Rotate the shoulder back. And relax. All right, go ahead and switch sides. Do the same thing on the other leg. So find your 90-90 position. All right, now we're going to focus on that back hip. All right, ready? And go ahead and lift. As you notice, I don't get very far. Don't expect to get your shin straight up in the air. Okay? Go ahead and relax. Just a few inches is perfectly fine. Go ahead. Rep 2. Think about using your glute, using your hip. Push your knee into the floor. Lift your foot up. And relax. Keep your belly button forward. Keep your chest forward. And go ahead. Number 3. Good, relax. We'll go 2 more. If it's cramping, try and fight through the cramp. Good, relax. 1 more. Hold it up. Push the knee through the floor, lift the foot up. And relax. All right, go ahead. Push the knee through the floor, the front knee. Rotate back. Now you're feeling a stretch through this back hip. We'll hold this for about 10 seconds or so. Try and stay as tall as you can. Pull your back shoulder back. Press your knee through the floor. Stretching our internal rotation here. And good. All right, now we're gonna move into the hamstrings a little bit. Where am I at? 7 minutes. Hamstrings a little bit, and then we'll do hip flexors. Okay, we're gonna be in our half kneeling position. We're gonna focus on the front hamstring. I want you to creep that leg out a little bit, and all I want you to do is lean back, try and stay tall, slightly hinge over. You should feel a stretch in your front hamstring, okay? All I want you to do from here is think about digging your heel into the floor and pulling yourself forward, okay? Ready? And pull. You should already have a stretch on the hamstring. If you need something to balance, you can always use a chair or a wall or something to balance with. Good, go ahead and relax. Try and create a little bit more of a stretch. Try and keep that toe pulled slightly back and hinge slightly over. Go ahead, rep 2, pull, dig your heel into the floor. Think about using your hamstring. Good, relax. Hinge over a little bit farther if you can. And go ahead, dig that heel in. You got 2 more after this. And relax. We're gonna go 1 more, hinge over, dig the heel in. Think about using that stretched muscle, that stretched hamstring. And fully relax and hinge over as far as you can. You can round a little bit here, that's fine. But really focus on just getting a good full stretch through that front hamstring. This one you could probably even lean over all the way if it feels okay. And good. All right, switching sides. All right, walk that front foot out. You should be in a long lunge. We're gonna lean back, stretching our front hamstring. Feel that stretch. Now we're gonna dig that heel in and go ahead. 3, 2, 1, relax. Try and hinge over a little bit more and dig that heel in for rep 2. Think about you're almost trying to pull your body across the floor. Same thing as before, only about 30 or 50%. And relax. I think that was 2, so we'll hit 3 right here. And go ahead, dig the heel in. Try to stay balanced, try to stay square the best that you can-ish. And relax. Hinge over, dig into that stretch a little bit more. And go ahead, dig the heel in for number 4. Ooh, I'm shaking. Good, relax. Last one, good hinge, feel a good stretch. Straighten the leg as much as you can. Dig the heel in for one last time. Go ahead. 3, 2, 1. All right, relax. Now I just want to stretch, so hands on the floor if you can, lean forward. Just a good relaxed stretch through the hamstring. Try not to let the toes creep forwards. Try to keep them pulled back-ish, moderately. Not too much, just kind of a relaxed pull back. See my foot shaking a little bit. Good, relax. All right, we're gonna do one last one for the hip flexor. Okay, so we're gonna stay in this position, but now we're gonna focus on the back leg, okay? So we're gonna be in a really long, drop your back foot down, lunge through the front, leaning forward. We're gonna focus on the back hip here. All we're gonna do is go forward until we feel a stretch, braced core. All I want you to do is take your back foot and push it into the floor. Think about using your hip flexor, using your quad, okay? Push the foot into the floor, hold for 5 seconds. 2, 1, relax. Strong core, make sure that you're not dumping in your lower back, okay? Maintain the stretch, and go ahead, push that foot through the floor, almost like you're trying to lift the back knee up, but I want the knee to stay down, okay? Because it's only about 30 or 50% here. Good, relax, still feeling and maintaining that stretch. Go ahead, push down for number 3. You can even try and squeeze your back glute with it too. Good, relax, still feeling the stretch through a little bit of the quad, most of the hip flexor. Number 4, go ahead, push down, squeeze the glute at the same time. Push the foot, squeeze the glute. 2, 1, relax. We're gonna do one more and then we'll just hold the stretch for about 10. Push the foot down, squeeze the glute. Stay tall, strong core, feel that hip flexor fire. 2, 1, go ahead and relax and just maintain this stretch for about 10 seconds. We'll do the other side and then we'll be done, you guys. 2, 1, and good. All right, other side and then we're done. All right, so really long lunge here. Back foot flat down. Lean into that front leg, nice and long through the back leg. Feel the stretch, and go ahead, push the foot down, squeeze the back glute, try and stay square to the front. Really feeling a good pull in the quad and mostly the hip flexor. Good, relax. Strong core, stay tall, chest proud. Go ahead, rep number 2. Good, relax. If you feel a difference from one side to the other, that's perfectly okay. Go ahead, push that foot down, squeeze your glute. This is 3, we'll go 2 more after this. Good, relax. Keep the hips forward. Feel a stretch in the back hip flexor. Go ahead, push that foot down, squeeze that same glute. Good, relax. All right, last one here. Push the foot, squeeze the glute, keep the chest proud, brace the core, all the little things. Stay strong through your spine. Good, and relaxing that back leg. Pull forward, pull that, with that front leg, pull the hips forward. Feel an extra little stretch in the back leg. And relax. Good, that's it, you guys. If you want to go ahead and do a few hip switches just to finish with, hopefully you feel a little bit more limber and mobile than what you did in the beginning. But there you go. Have fun.